Today I will be teaching you how to 3D print. I currently have these bubbly flavorings in my fridge and I'm afraid they'll leak. So I'm going to solve that problem with my 3D printer and I'm going to bring you along with me. I think they can go right here in my fridge. It should be good. Now this is an Ender 3 Pro I got for Christmas. I have used filaments like PLA and PETG, and today I'm going to use PETG by a company named Overture. As you can see, it's transparent, so it has no color, it's just clear. And in order to keep the filament printing well and clear, we're going to use this filament dryer. Once turned on, it heats the filament up and allows it to release moisture. While the filament is drying, let's draw up an idea. I want the bottle standing up in an arrangement sort of like this. Let's draw the first part. This will be the base, and the top will slide into the top of this base, so that's the side view on the left, and the top view on the right. As drawn here, I originally thought there would need to be indentations in the base, but later I discovered that wasn't actually necessary. And let's draw the second part too. This part will sit above the base and will actually stop the bottles from falling over. The bottles will slide into this top part and sit on the base. I'm just going to draw the bottles in really quick just to kind of show what it would look like with the bottles in it. And now that we're done with the idea, let's get some measurements. Just for clarity, I'm going to draw the bottle out. That way I can put the measurements right next to it. First I'll measure the width of the bottle. This will help me determine how wide the holes need to be and how long the whole part needs to be. It will also help me determine how many bottles I can actually fit in the part. As we can see, I got 1.237 inches. Take that with a grain of salt. Next, I'm eyeing up how tall I want the part to be. 2 inches should be enough, hopefully. A tall part would take up too much plastic anyway. Just gonna draw in the base and then draw up the top part. So the base will be one part, the top will be another that slides into the bottom. So here's a basic side view of the part with one bottle. The proportions are garbage. Here's a top and side view of the bottom part, and now we can determine the length of the part. Let's say 3 bottles should go in this part. And there's a 0.5 inch space between each bottle and a 1 inch space between the walls on each side of each end bottle. I will also draw a side and top view of the upper portion of this part, which will hold the bottles upright. After using the calculator on my phone to add up the space in between the bottles and the width of the bottle, we get 5.72 inches as the total length of the part, if it holds 3 bottles. Now that we have some measurements, I'll sign off the drawing and let's get to designing on the computer. I learned computer-aided design on Inventor, but I mostly use SolidWorks now. So after creating a new part and naming the file, I will get to designing. This is the hardest part of the process, and depending on the complexity of the part, it could take a very long time. But this part is pretty easy, so it shouldn't take too long, but I will still speed it up. This is a pretty simple and uninteresting design, but it should get the job done well. After saving this part, I will make a new file and begin my second part. This part was a bit more complicated, but still nothing too hard. And now let's get to the exciting part, the 3D printing. The first thing we need to do is take this micro SD card out of the printer and plug it into the computer. Then we load up the slicer program. This will actually create instructions for the printer to use and will tell the printer where to actually draw or put the plastic. I use Cura. And this is a pretty cool system. See on the lower left it says 3 hours 45 minutes. And once we put the part onto the SD card, we take it out of the computer and plug it into the 3D printer. Then we turn the printer on. And I use this little knob thing to navigate through the menus and find the part I want to print. And then we scroll to the right, click print, and we let the 3D printer do its thing. Now the parts are done. So let's see if these fit. As you can see, this lower part has little holes in it, and this upper part has like tabs almost. So the tabs will slide right into the holes, and then they sit like that. Could add some glue in the future, and then we slip the bottles in. This definitely took more than one try, by the way, and the part is done. Now I just need to put it in my fridge, make sure it fits. Looks awesome. That's 3D printing. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.